Lauren Holiday writes to me and says, "Hi, Dr. White. I wanted to ask you, since we both have a background in radio, did you ever have a dead air nightmare? You mentioned dead air on the last DL, and I remember having nightmares about dead air. It's a silly question, but I was curious. God bless." Well, I didn't know that everyone who's ever worked live on the air has the same nightmare, but we do. And I still have it to this day. But the funny thing is, it has to have changed a great deal over the years, because for example, I've been to KPXQ here in Phoenix. We've used their facilities when I've filled in for people who I can't mention anymore because they're not friends anymore, but filled in for people on national radio programs. And I see how things, it's all computerized now. It's all run by a computer. And when I was on the air, the computers hadn't been invented yet. Okay, they had been. But literally, it was like the Radio Shack thing with the tape drive, the cassette tape in a tape recorder type thing. That was computers at that time. So the most advanced thing that I had was, ever seen an 8-track cassette tape type thing? Similar to that, about the same size. It was called a deck. We had 2 of those, and I had 2 reel-to-reels over here, and then you had the turntables over here. Yes, turntables, vinyl records, or as my daughter says, vinyl. When she first saw that, she didn't even know how to pronounce it. She'd never seen the word before, because it's like, but two record players, turntables over here. And that was it. So think about it. If you're solo, so like I would work 6 to midnight, Monday through Friday, and noon to 6 on Saturday. The office wasn't open on Saturday. So pretty much the whole time I was there, I'm the only person there. There was a guy named Dave Teller that did the overnight thing. He was interesting. He actually ended up working on KTAR. I don't know if you've ever heard Dave Teller doing traffic stuff on KTAR. Yeah, but anyway, but there's nobody else around. And so when do you use the restroom? So everybody would have their favorite restroom records. It would be a certain song that was normally, like, there was this one Guy Lombardo medley that went on for like 6.5 minutes. That's long enough, especially when you're 19 years old, 18 years old. 6.5 minutes is plenty of time. But the nightmare would be that the record would start skipping. So you had to make sure it was good, you make sure to clean that record and stuff. But I still had it happen once. That's right. People don't understand what a skipping record is either, especially young people. Millennials don't understand a skipping record. But if you got a scratch or some type of dirt or something into the grooves of the record, it could cause it to skip back each time that came around. So it would just repeat the same over and over again, depending on where on the record it was. If it was toward the outside, then it'd be more time, and toward the inside, less time in between the skips. And so, you'd have records skip on you while you're sitting there, and you just got really good at potting it down, reaching over, get it over, bring the song back up. So yeah, things could happen that would cause, normally it wasn't so much dead air as it was the skipping record was bad. That was that bad. But if you played the last song on the record and didn't get back in time, then you'd have dead air. Then you just have, yep, that type of thing. So yeah, you did have some things like that. But one time, a Guy Lombardo medley started skipping on me when I was in the restroom, and yeah, that wasn't good. So, and the fact is, I still have not very often, because it's been 38 years, 37 years since I last did that. But I'll still have dreams about that. Or the dream that I have is that I can't get the next record queued up in time, because you have to put it on. You have to make sure it's down. There'd be a thing. You'd have to pull it down. It would click, and it would go into queue mode so you could hear it in the studio, but it wouldn't go out over the air. And then you'd start it, and you'd find the beginning of the song, and then you'd physically back it up so that as soon as you hit the thing, and you get really good at this after a while, as soon as you hit it, it would start right in, and so you could do good transitions and stuff like that. But I just have this recurring dream where no matter how hard I try, part of it is because I just can't make a decision as to what song I want to play. And the other song runs out before I make the decision. And the other is just this weird idea that I just can't move fast enough to get it queued up to the next song. And you got to understand, I went through college, high school and college. That I would sit there and the control board would be right here. I've shown the picture before. And I'd have my high school science books or my college science books or New Testament books or whatever, right here. And I'd look over and, flip the switch and announce the song and go to the next one, cue up the next song, and then you go back to doing your setting. Or if it was during baseball season, we had the California Angels on. So at 7:05, from 7:05 to about 10 o'clock, depending on how long the game went, every half hour. That's all I had to do for every half hour. Now, I wasn't making much money either. I can guarantee you that. But that's how you did it. And so yes, Lauren, I still, sadly, I hate to tell you, even 4 decades down the road, that's we still have the little bit of a twitch left after what you do when you work as a disc jockey on a radio station. And of course, the phone calls we got. It was Sun City, Arizona, so it's a retirement community. And so you'd literally, I never forget getting a phone call once. And KWAO, home of the great entertainers. Hi, there are little green men coming out of my lawn. What should I do? Well, wait till the morning, ma'am, and call the homeowners association. You literally got that kind of phone call. People eventually started thinking the radio station was the best place to call for everything. And man, I heard about grandkids and man, it was something else. It was quite the job to have at that particular point in time, but that's what we did. Anyhow,